Hey guys, it's Sydney. Welcome back to Books My Quiet Friends. I have a cold, so I sound like an idiot, but that's okay. I'm still filming, I'm still doing it, I'm pushing through. I'm gonna read a lot probably, or just nap later today. So there's my life plan. Hope you wanted to know. So today I will be sharing my February wrap up. It's not huge, it's not crazy long. I'm trying to blame it on the 3 less days, but let's be realistic. I was just lazy and busy with other things. So without further ado, let's wrap up what I read in February. So I will be looking at my phone and sharing images off my phone because I did not read as many physical books or books that I own. So there's going to be some pictures and things, and there's a list on there, so get ready. The first book I read this month was Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is a reread for me. This follows the story of Mayor Barrow in a world where there's two types of people. There's reds and there's silvers. A lot of people really do not like this series, but I am still on board with it. I read the first book, still would give it 5 out of 5 after a reread, even though I knew what was coming. I know it's not the most unique, but I still really enjoy Victoria Aveyard's writing and the action-packed style, so it's right up my alley. And the next book I read this month was part of this novella compilation by Victoria Aveyard, and I read Queen Song first, and it is about one of the characters that you do not get to see in Red Queen. It is about Queen Corianne? Corianne? We're going to go with Corianne. And I think that it's really important that we understand the backstory of this series, so then I felt like I was more ready to go into the next book, which I have right here. And it's another reread, and this is Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, and the second book in the Red Queen series. I really think that the novellas work best as Queen Song first, and then read Glass Sword, and then Steel Scars after, because I felt like it just made more sense for me that way. I've read all these books before, so I kind of knew how I wanted to reread them. So I knew how I wanted to reread them. This book, I gave a 5 out of 5 stars again, but I won't lie, I still like the original better. I think this one drags a little bit in the middle, and there's some choices that I'm not so on board with. Maybe that's because I knew what was going to happen, and everything crazy, and the drama, and but I still really love this series, and I plan to continue it next month. Oh! So the last physical book that I have that I read was Steel Scars, which is another novella in this Cruel Crown bind-up. And it is about Captain Farley and her past and how she gets to meet all these characters that she meets in Red Queen and who she really is. Well, partially who she is. So that's my Red Queen ramble. I'll move on for those who are just not interested in Red Queen. I did read other things, I promise you. So I'm just going to pull up some pictures. This month I listened to 2 books on audio while I was going to the gym and driving. So the first one is The Stranger Game by Celine Busby. And that is what it looks like. So I listened to this on audio. I thought the audio was really interesting. And this book is a thriller YA, I would say. And it follows a girl whose sister went missing, I think it's 7 years ago. I read this really close to the beginning of the month. Yeah, we're going to go 7 years ago. And how, I don't know, her life is after her sister comes back and the changes and everything like that. I don't want to give anything away, but I thought it was a really good book. I think I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Just because there were some things. Oh no, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars because there were some things that I kind of expected, but other things I was just like blown away by. I thought it was a really good audiobook. And the other audiobook that I picked up this month was one that was recommended to me by a friend. And she's obviously new to reading, and this book, I only finished it for one reason, and that is The Conspiracy of Us by Maggie Hall. The reason that I finished this was because of Stellan. He's my favorite character by far. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. It was enjoyable, it was okay, but I wasn't blown away by any standards. Just Stellan. Not Stellan. Oh no. Also, like, can we talk about Maggie Hall's choice of a name for that? Like, I was telling my boyfriend about this book, and he was like, what? There's a Russian named Stalin? And I was like, no, Stellan, I think. I can't. Oh, no. And then, yeah, so I don't love a horrible man. I love a fictional character. Is that better? Those things make sense to everyone? Alright, perfect. And the last 2 physical books that I read this month were the 6th and the 7th book in a series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket. The first one being The Ezrat's Elevator, and the next one being The Vile Village. I gave both of these books 3.5 out of 5 stars. As the series is going on, I understand that it's growing and it's becoming more of a mystery, and I still enjoy it. It is enjoyable, but I think the middle schooler in me would have liked it more than my adult self. I'm having a lot of trouble continuing on. I'm more interested in Lemony Snicket's life at this point than the Baudelaire Orphans. I don't think that Count Olaf is as horrifying. Like, yes, he's committing murders, but at the same time, I've read many other books, and I know other villains that are just as horrible, or it depends what you think is truly evil. Like, I think murder's evil, don't get me wrong, but when you compare him to Maven from Red Queen Ramble, they're on different tiers for me. Like, there's different kinds of evil, and there's some that I don't know. But I'm sure I will continue on with this series. I only have 6 more books to go. So I'm trying to read 2 every month. This month I might skip and take a break. We'll see. I might not. We'll see what happens. Alright, you guys. So that is the end of my February wrap-up. I hope you had a great reading month. Let me know what you read down below, and your average rating or whatever, and what you thought of these books if you've read any of them. Thanks for watching. Bye!